Bears football season is right around the corner, and here are some places that you can catch up on all of your Bears football games this upcoming season. So what colors will you be wearing? Will you be repping it out in your Cubby blue? Or will you be one of the good guys who's wearing black? No matter what, make sure you're always representing your side of town. So how do you think, you were out here, you were coaching the running backs, correct? How do you think that your coaching style might be a little bit different from a male's point of view? How do you like playing with guys that, maybe in football season are your competition, but you come here and they're now your teammates? Hey guys, it's Sunday Night Football, and unfortunately it's raining here in Chicago, but that isn't stopping Bears fans from getting ready for kickoff tonight. Now the weather forecast is saying that it is supposed to clear up, but we'll just have to wait and see. We'll keep you guys updated on more to come. Coming up to the Windy City, which is predominantly known for basketball, what do you think that says about Chicago in terms of its football players?
Guitar playing. Are we looking at the next Carlos Santana right now?
Maybe your high school program isn't the best right now, compared to your skill level, but what are you hoping that college coaches are going to be able to see from you today? Maybe that a game can't show, or your scouting report can't show, or a piece of paper can't show. Meanwhile, with their 7th straight win, the women's team beat Creighton on the road 78-52. Sophomore Ashton Millinger was named to the Big East Weekly Honor Roll after contributing a career-high 15 points against Xavier and Butler.
So, Jenna, a tough loss for DePaul's women's basketball team.
Yeah, Eleanor, not the outcome that they wanted. DePaul hosted the women's Big East basketball tournament, and the Blue Demon went and ranked 1, but the outcome was not what they expected. An upset alert. The DePaul men's basketball team won a huge one at home against number 11 Providence. And Colleen just got the amazing news that she will get her 6th season, so she will be a part of the Blue Demon community next year. They lost a tough one at home against Long Beach State, falling 1-0 on a penalty kick in the 59th minute.
So, Jenna, some big wins for the DePaul women's basketball team.
Yes, Eleanor, that is correct. The women hosted Butler on senior day and dominated from the beginning, beating the Bulldogs 102-63. This comes after another big win over Xavier. Congratulations to Coach Bruno as he becomes the 19th Division I women's basketball coach to reach 600 victories. DePaul's Sarah Gordon has been a huge factor for the women's soccer program over the past few years. When Gordon came to DePaul as a freshman, they won a total of 3 games that season. But the program turned around during Sarah's junior year, when the team became the first in DePaul's history to win the Big East women's soccer title and earn an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. This past year, Gordon made history of her own by being the first DePaul women's soccer player to get drafted in the National Women's Soccer League. Sarah, who was in Baltimore during the draft, almost did not attend it.
A few days before, a friend of mine, who's now going to play at the Houston Dash, she convinced me to go to the draft. She's like, once in a lifetime, never going to get this back. So I was like, fine. So we drove the night before through the entire night from Chicago, and then we got there, got ready 30 minutes before the draft and went to the draft. Now, remember.
Fortunately, Sarah went, and while she was there, she got a text message that would forever change her life.
I got picked. It was Red Stars on the clock. They get 5 minutes to pick. And a few seconds later, I got a text from the head coach, Rory, and he was like, welcome to the Chicago Red Stars.
With the second pick in the 3rd round of the 2016 NWSL College Draft, the Chicago Red Stars select Sarah Gordon, DePaul University.
And just when I got called, though, when I got the text, everything just went silent in my head.
Hi, guys. So I'd like to thank the Red Stars. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I have to thank Coach Chastain and all of the DePaul coaching staff for always supporting me, and most importantly, my family for always supporting me, and I'm really excited to start my professional career. Thank you.
Teammate Elise Wyatt remembers the exact moment before Sarah's name was called.
I was actually watching the draft, so I was just waiting, and I was waiting to see if any of our DePaul girls would have got picked up. And I remember having my phone out recording it, and as soon as I saw her face come out, I screamed of excitement because I was like, this is awesome, this is so amazing for her. So I took a picture, I tweeted it at her, and then I just sent her a message about how proud I was of her and how, she's really created a name for DePaul and herself.
DePaul Athletic Director Jean Lenti Ponsento agrees that Sarah has set a standard for future student athletes coming to DePaul.
You're chasing what Sarah Gordon had done and the level of commitment that she made.
And Wyatt says getting drafted means the world to Sarah.
The girl has gone through a lot, and I think to come out as a professional soccer player at the end of your college career is something amazing and beautiful, and I think hard work pays off, and I definitely believe that Sarah deserves this after everything she's been through and the effort and the energy that she's put into DePaul's program.
Coach Erin Chastain, who has been with Sarah since her freshman year, couldn't be reached for an interview, but said, "I am really excited for Sarah and for our program. She has had a great career at DePaul, especially her last 2 seasons. She absolutely can play and make an impact at the next level." Being able to compete at the next level has always been a dream of Sarah's, but there has been many obstacles she's had to overcome. The summer of her sophomore year, Sarah found out she was pregnant and was in complete shock.
I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew how, when something like that happens, I knew how disappointed, people counted on me, and I knew how disappointed people would feel, and I was scared.
With the help of her parents, Sarah was able to continue playing soccer.
My parents are my main support system since I've lived there, and during season, they take them to games, and they have to help me watch them like on weekends and when I can't and stuff, so they have been incredible.
Being able to continue and fulfill her dream isn't just about Sarah anymore. It's about her and her 2-year-old son, Caden.
He's honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me. Kind of my freshman, sophomore year, like I said, I was kind of like a lost soul. And I just kind of went through the motions on the soccer field too and in life. And after having him, I had to sit out a season, and it made me, having him and loving him made me fall in love with the game all over again. It made me a different player, a different person, and he means everything to me. He makes me a better person.
Since having her son and being a mother, Sarah has a new dream she hopes to achieve.
My goal is to inspire him and to inspire people, and for people to look at me and say, despite what your situation is, you can do like what you want to do. And it sounds so cliche, but it's true. And so I want him to be able to look at me and say, I am inspired and I can achieve my dreams too.
If you were in my shoes, what question would you want me to ask you?
I guess it's already kind of been answered, but just why you do what you do. Like what motivates you to do it. And mine is my son, so.
Reporting for Good Day DePaul, I'm Jenna Duddleston. DePaul hosted Drop the Puck on Cancer, and I got the chance to see what this event was all about. DePaul fraternities Sigma Chi and Sigma Alpha Epsilon battled it out in rolling medals for the first annual Drop the Puck on Cancer, and it was quite a game. Sigma Chi's Kevin Sazak got the first goal of the game and really got the crowd going. Sigma Chi led most of the way, but SAE did make a comeback, scoring 3 goals in the third period. But that was all they could do going up against goalie Wes Anderson, aka Wes the Wall, who helped give Sigma Chi their first victory in the showdown, winning 8-3. Anderson played hockey all the way until high school, but an illness put him on the bench.
When I was a senior in high school, I got sick. I had offers to play at Ohio State and Wisconsin, and then I got sick, so I just stopped playing hockey for about 3 years, and then I came to DePaul and joined Sigma Chi, and then this great event happened.
And being able to put on the pads and play one more time was a pretty remarkable thing for Anderson.
I was ecstatic. Like, I can't even put into words. It's like, and then just coming out here for the first time and seeing everybody, it was awesome.
Sam Citron of Sigma Chi put together the Drop the Puck event and took part in the game despite having never played hockey before.
The reason that I kind of decided to play today was because, I was setting up the event. I figured it would be a really good opportunity to go out there with a bunch of guys that I really care a lot about, and kind of just, have a good time. It's for charity. We weren't really too worried about, winning or losing. Obviously this is for the American Brain Tumor Association, so we just wanted to come out here and have a good time.
And it seemed that everyone did. The game ended in a fun shootout, and luckily, I was behind the glass, because if not, the puck would have hit me right in the face. Carl Lamb, the founder of Collegiate Charities and Drop the Puck on Cancer, hopes that with the number of different games held throughout the Midwest, they'll continue to raise awareness.
What benefits people is to cancer research, trying to find a cure for cancer, which is I'll probably not see it in my lifetime, but hopefully we'll see it in yours.
The numbers are not all in, but DePaul believes that in their first year they raised between $10,000 to $15,000, and the numbers can only go up from here for a great cause. Meanwhile, the men's team hosted St. John's and got a much-needed victory. The men's team hosted St. John at All-State Arena, and after missing a game with an injury, DePaul leader Billy Garrett Jr. came out with a purpose. Garrett was explosive in the first half with 9 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals. DePaul freshman Eli Kane also put up some big numbers with 11 points in the first half, giving the Blue Demons a 45-28 lead at the break. In the second half, DePaul didn't let up, forcing 14 St. John turnovers. Here, Garrett makes the steal and throws the ball down court to Mike Henry, who goes up big with the dunk. St. John's did make a small comeback towards the end of the game, with guard Ron Muvikuc contributing 20 points, but even with that, the Blue Demons held on for the victory 83-75. DePaul had 4 players in double figures, including Henry, Tommy Hamilton, Kane, and Garrett, who had a double-double, 19 points and 10 assists. After the game, DePaul coach Dave Lato said that win meant a lot to his team.
Having not won in a little while, it feels good to have a locker room that's joyous and happy. I'm happy for those guys. We have guys that have had 20-point games, and we haven't all played well together. And tonight we did because we shared the ball.
This was DePaul's 3rd win in the Big East and 9th overall. Coming in as the 1 seed, the Blue Demons got the bye in the first round. Their first game in the tournament would be up against the Butler Bulldogs, and DePaul won easily, 76-49. There was great play all across the board, with Martez Grays and Brooke Schulte both contributing 9 points and 3 assists. Jackie Grant, 9 points and 9 assists. Jessica Jangray with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Megan Pakoa with 14 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals. After the game, Butler coach Kirk Godleski knew that coming in to face the Blue Demons would be a challenge.
Let's face it, they're a program that we have aspirations of being someday, and have a vision of working towards that, and they are very, very good right now and deserve to be where they are ranked in the country. And Coach Bruno does a wonderful job, and they play a very tenacious style, which is very, very difficult to handle.
After the game, Coach Doug Bruno brought up how DePaul, UConn, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Stanford, Oklahoma, and Duke are the only schools in the country to go to the NCAA tournament for 13 straight seasons. But DePaul is the only one that hasn't been to the Final Four.
The only one that has won a national championship. And so I think these players understand that they've tasted Sweet 16, but they also would like to give themselves a shot a little bit more.
Day 2, DePaul faced a tough St. John's team they had beaten twice during the regular season. The two teams went back and forth in a high-tension game, with St. John's Denasia Grant contributing 7 points and 3 rebounds, and DePaul's Megan Pakoa chipping in 9 points and 6 rebounds. The first half would end with DePaul leading 34-28. In the second half, the Blue Demons had an uncharacteristic 16 turnovers. St. John's took advantage, grabbing the lead in the fourth quarter. And it was Aaliyah Hadford and Denasia Grant who would lead the way for the Red Storm with a combined 45 points, including Grant's double-double. St. John's would beat DePaul for the first time this season, 75-66. After the game, Coach Doug Bruno said the team did not play up to its usual standards.
One of the smartest teams in America and one of the smartest groups of human beings I'm blessed to be around. We did some pretty unintelligent things.
Big East Player of the Year Shanice Jenkins talked about how this loss will hopefully light a fire for the Blue Demons heading into tournament play.
We can't hang our heads low on this loss. At the same time, we have to get ready for the next step and the next chapter that we want to bring our team to. So we're just even more focused now.
St. John's went on to beat Creighton for the tournament championship, giving them the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament.